We often think power comes from money, status, or force. Yet some of the most powerful moments in human history began with a conversation.
Do they know about Martin Luther King? Could you lower those signs, please? I have some very sad news for all of you, and that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice between fellow human beings. He died in the cause of that effort. In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it's perhaps well to ask what kind of a nation we are and what direction we want to move in.
The day Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated, Indianapolis was the only major city in the United States that did not experience rioting or widespread fires. A crowd that had every reason to erupt in anger listened instead. This is Bombshell with Melissa Schuiling Smith, The Art of Conversation, Part 1, Power. Robert F. Kennedy communicated with empathy instead of manipulation. We often forget that within all of us lies the resource of power. Lincoln, Gandhi, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Eleanor Roosevelt, Nelson Mandela, Malala Yousafzai, all mere mortals with a solid belief that people of this world deserve better and can be better to each other. Not by force, not with anger, but with words, with the power of conversation. Lincoln's team of rivals. He intentionally surrounded himself with people who disagreed with him. Why? Because good decisions often emerge from respectful disagreement. Mahatma Gandhi, a message of nonviolent resistance, inspired millions and helped India gain independence without a war for freedom. He proved that conviction in conversation can move people more efficiently and effectively than force. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Through speeches, essays, and advocacy, she propelled the women's suffrage movement and challenged a society that denied women a political voice. Her words helped inspire generations to believe that equality was not a privilege, but a right. Eleanor Roosevelt used dialogue, diplomacy, and moral leadership to help shape the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a document adopted by the United Nations in 1948 that affirmed the fundamental rights and freedoms of all people, regardless of race, nationality, religion, or gender. She helped create a framework for human dignity that continues to influence the world today. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he changed laws and minds through words that spoke to generations. His speeches were conversations with the conscience of a nation, changing civil rights and the direction of our democracy. Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, he chose reconciliation over revenge, not because he was weak, because he understood the power of conversation to prevent civil war. Malala Yousafzai was born in 1997 in Pakistan's Swat Valley. As a young girl, she loved learning and wanted to go to school. The Taliban gained influence in her region and began to restrict girls' education. At 11, Malala began speaking publicly about girls' rights to an education. She wrote an anonymous blog describing what life was like under the Taliban rule and what it meant for girls who wanted to learn. In 2012, when she was only 15 years old, Malala was targeted by a Taliban gunman and shot while riding the bus home from school. Instead of being silenced, it amplified her voice. After recovering, she continued speaking, writing, and advocating for education around the world. In 2014, at 17 years old, she became the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. Half of the people listed above were assassinated or survived assassination attempts. Violence was used to stop an idea, to silence their voice. And in every case, the idea proved stronger. The words were stronger, more powerful than the violence and force. It doesn't take fame, status, or a stage to obtain power. Having the courage to speak when it would be easier to remain silent. Believing that words of steady calm and inclusion have power over outrage and chaos. The courage to stand for something larger than yourself. The courage to stand firm for yourself creates a path of self-determination. So I ask you, how powerful are words? Powerful enough to calm a city? Powerful enough to mend a nation? Powerful enough to create freedom? Powerful enough to outlive those that speak them? Words hold weight, and conversations have the power to change what seems impossible. This is Bombshell with Melissa Schuiling Smith.
We need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness, but is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our country.